Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, we're at our favorite test station. Today we're going to be testing weight belts and their notch toughness in the belt holes. This is not a clamp style, which is the norm. This specific weight belt is a rubber belt, works on holes through the belt. We've done a review on these in the past, so you can go back and see that video on the belt we recommend, which is the best in our opinion for freediving and quick release and safety. We use a rubber that's not rubber as in natural rubber. That tends to degrade a lot quicker. We use a synthetic rubber that's specifically designed for use underwater. They use this rubber mainly in pool cleaning equipment. All the rubber parts that are permanently submerged underwater has to have a good UV resistance and water resistance and to chemicals. So it's not the cheapest, but in our opinion, it's far stronger. Silicone belts, which is fairly common on the market, are very nice, very comfortable, got adequate stretch. The problem with them is their notch toughness. I'm not going to demonstrate that here, but in our experiments in the past, we found that tear very easy in comparison to this rubber. So what we've set up here is an old reject belt. During the run of manufacture of these, we do a few thousand at a time. When the mold is still cold, the first few are reject. We use those ourselves on our boat as scraps. This specific one we're going to test now has been on the boat for 3 or 4 years. A lot of UV, a lot of petroleum products possibly in the hatches, and it has degraded, but we knew it would because of the condition of the original belt. So I'm going to hold on this and just show you how strong it still is, even though it's reject. Then we're going to pull on this one, which is a brand new off the shelf. I've just taken it out right now, and we're going to do the same thing and test that buckle. Remember, when you're wearing this and you're loading it in 2 directions. So whatever load we put on this now, you actually double that in the field. So let's head over to the machine. Let me demonstrate to you how I've set it up. Here we have the belt set up. It's folded twice through this plate, clamped together with a pin to stop it sliding. That will pull back against the stopper, and we're going to haul on it with the load cell in position. It's just tied on with the NEMA, so we're going to be hauling straight back on the belt on the last possible pin. I've already hauled on this one about 20 kilos, and I see a slight crack developing in the forward hole, very slight. This is the scale. It's set to 0. We're now running with a decimal point. Those of you that have seen previous episodes, it wouldn't have been to the decimal point. We needed this on another machine where we were going to 0.1 kg. So we've calibrated it now to 0.1 kilogram, and it's just been retested literally yesterday. So this is all brand new, recalibrated, making sure everything's in order. I'm putting on a bit of a load so I can slide everything up. So we're pulling directly. Let me give it a little bit more tension. There we go. So now everything is pulling in a straight line. We're already at 6.6, but double that. So that would be equivalent to 12 kilos. 13, sorry. Maths is not the greatest this morning. That went up to 15. It's just starting to tear. That would mean 30 kilos of tension. We know this is reject and it should be tearing. This is why this was rejected right from day one. It's slowly stretching, so let's keep holding on it. There, that's 40 kilos. You're not going to be pulling on a belt anywhere near that. So even though it was partially torn, there we're at 25, 26 momentarily, doubling that. As you can see, we have had a significant tear, but it is still holding. This specific rubber is very resistant to tear. Conventional rubber and or silicone, the moment that tear started, this would have been destroyed. Now, let's test the new one, see where we can go with that. It should be at least that much. Let's try it. So, this is how we're setting it up. 2 plates, thread it through, bring it back. I'm going to pull this one a little bit deeper, just so we're not pulling on the same hole. So, there we have it. Now we thread it. So, unfortunately I can't load this one with the buckle on. The slot is very small. So our clamp device is very simple. 3 screws, 2 go through the double, 1 goes through the single. This just clamps it all in place. Very easy to remove a buckle. Buckles never wear out. These are super strong, being steel. But over time, if you do have a belt that gets cut, there's various means, you know, a dive knife used in the wrong place, sharp fish teeth against it lying on the deck, you can damage the belt itself. Very easy to replace. Pop off the 2 discs, pop out the buckle itself. Okay, let's set it up. Here we have the new belt set up, back to 0. Just the weight of the buckle pulling down is showing some weight. I'm going to put some tension and then do the same as before, bring it back into direction of pull. There we have it, tensioned up, 8.5, which is around 17 kilos. The previous one, being reject, had already gotten some damage at about 12. Here we're at 20, 0 damage. That's equivalent of 40 kilos for obvious reasons. You're not going to be hauling 40 kilos on your belt. Yeah, that went to 30, which means 60 kilos, 0 distortion around the hole. Look how the other holes have distorted. So we're putting massive load on that. And as you can see, that hole has elongated a long way, but the pin is still holding perfectly well. The pressure's dropped down as this rubber loses a bit of tension. We're now down to 26, which is still 50 kilos. Let me take it up and keep going. Getting a bit dangerous now if things break. $37, still nothing. So you can lift a small person out the water with this. It's not a safety harness, I never do that, but it has that. Look how much it's elongated here. 0 tearing. Obviously if I touch this with a sharp edge now, it could tear, sharp barnacle or something on the bottom, but this is impressive. Let's go a little bit further. So that's over 80 kilos, stretched to hell. There's no ways you could wear a belt that tight, that's going to hurt. So, in conclusion, this rubber is exceptionally good. Hence the reason we use it. We try and use the best possible materials for all of our products, and we source them from all around the world. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please ask questions about anything else you want tested. Again, before you do that, please check our playlist. Most of the stuff has been covered in the past. If you can't find it, drop us a question and I will find it for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Stand by for the next.